I'm Sissi Goh. I'm a new Rotarian in Rotary Club of Singapore, and this is my first trip to Malang, Indonesia. I think the most important reason that I joined Rotary was to help more people in the world and also get inspired by the people I help. We visited an orphanage for children with disabilities. We saw a lot of people with various levels of disabilities. The orphanage is built in a way that it resembles people's home. The children will feel at home.
Kanji, after you. This project was put together in 2016 by the Rotary Club of Singapore and Rotary Club Malang Central. The total value of the project is $35,000. Now, the equipment are very basic, but if you can imagine how it looked like before the renovation, right? Some of the equipment were like more than 30 years old when we first came into this room. Later you will see some of the old equipment at the next room, right? So the project is to renovate this room. So the floor tiles and everything is new coat of paint. Some of the basic equipment were also replaced. But the most important part of this project was to train 36 physiotherapists from all their different centers of Bakti Luhur. So if you can imagine, Bakti Luhur has about 75 different centers, mostly in East Java and the eastern part of Indonesia, right? Including the islands in Sumba and stuff like that, okay? So what we did was we flew 36 of them from 36 different centers to this physiotherapy area in this room, and they went through a very intensive course about basic physiotherapy. There's some equipment that's not out here, like some electrical stimulation equipment that's used for those who are unable to respond physically and have mobility problems. Those are not out here today, but they were taught how to use this equipment and how to do simple physiotherapy without the aid of any equipment, right? Like using basic rails to walk and stuff like that, all right? So the value of the project is actually in the training for these 36 people, and these 36 trainers actually go back to their various centers and train the trainers and the physiotherapists and the helpers and the caregivers, all right, on how to get these children to better improve themselves as far as mobility is concerned. Right, so the project is completed, the funds has been expanded, so we are keeping a close watch on it. As you can see, it's about 6-7 years, so some of the equipment may need some replacement, especially those that requires electrical supply, the electrodes, and some of the electrodes are already wearing. The culture of the people here is that they are very shy to share their needs, even though it's a charity situation. So the physiotherapy project was just was accidental. We walked by the room and we were wondering why the room is locked up, and they say no, nothing, just go inside, you know. So I insisted on opening up the room, and we saw how bad it was, and we straight away offered to put together the project. And this is after that. So once they realized that we are here to really help improve the capacity of the people here, so they really opened up and brought us this room. So it was in complete disrepair. It wasn't soundproof at all, and they had problems trying to pick up the kids who really need a lot of help because the diagnosis part, you really need to have a very quiet room, right? So the kids will be in headphones and everything, and you know, the series of technical tests will be conducted. So in this project, we renovated the room, which is not a big cost. We paid about 30,000 for the equipment, which is the audiometer equipment. So you will see even the laptop, the printers, even the cupboards, all paid by the grant. There's a sticker there. And again, we are very much into training. So we duplicated what we learned the last time in physiotherapy. We got, I think, another 36 speech therapists from all the different centers. They actually fly down and travel down from different parts of Indonesia, and they stay here for 14 days. Right, because hotel is not a problem, they have plentiful accommodation here. So they stayed here, and we got the best trainers, right, because we have the budget. So the trainers are from the local hospital. So they come in, train the trainers, so to speak, intensively, and part of the project also buys some basic equipment for the trainers to bring back to their own centers. Okay, and on top of that, the specialists who came here to give the training also conducted diagnostic tests on the most difficult children who the staff here is unable to diagnose correctly or unable to diagnose at all. So the benefit is that we managed to get this small group of children better help, so we understand what their problem is. And right now we have very good cooperation with the local hospital. So whenever there's a problem, they will send the kids over to the hospital, and it's being taken care of.
provide resources to train the staff to help the kids with their speech therapy, hearing tests, and things like that, and to equip them with important skill set for them to survive and make a living. It was mind-blowing to see how those people, with disabilities who can still create beautiful artwork and also beautiful music. They can really sing very well and dance very well.
Every mountain, swim every ocean, just to be with you. Fix what I'm broken, oh, 'cause I need you to see you are the reason. Yang tak bisa menunggu, lupakan saja diriku untuk selama-lamanya.
Bangga menjadi orang ini, karena kau hidup ini warisan dan jangan lupa dari orang semua yang tercinta. Sebagai sebuah kapal hidup bersama, satu jaga satu ini yang utama. Jaga lestarikan alam juga budaya.
There's no reason for us not to appreciate life and do our best to contribute to society. Before I joined this trip, I expected it to be disturbing, but I think that whenever we feel uncomfortable, that's where growth starts. So I will encourage more people to join on such trips to really get a different perspective of life and to really appreciate life in general.
Thank you.